is everybody today? You might not believe it, but we have reached volume 18 of Reddit Am I the Asshole stories. Now, if you don't know, Am I the Asshole is a subreddit which describes itself as this: a catharsis for the frustrated moral philosopher in all of us, and a place to finally find out if you were in the wrong in an argument that's been bothering you. Tell us about any non-violent conflict you've experienced. Give us both sides of the story, and find out if you're right or you are the asshole. So, what I do is I go over 5 stories, and then I give my take on if OP, that's the person who posted it, is the asshole or not. And then in the comments, I like it when you guys post your opinions too. So without further ado, let's begin. Number 1. Would I be the asshole if I give a family heirloom belonging to my late wife to my adopted daughter? My late wife, Kate, passed away about 12 years ago. They have a family heirloom that's been passed down several generations, starting from her great-grandmother, from mothers to their first daughters on their 18th birthdays. The heirloom itself is not highly valuable in a financial sense, but the history makes it very valuable to the people in the family. I currently possess it after Kate passed away, and I always intended to give it to my daughter Claire on her 18th birthday. Claire is currently 16. I married my current wife about 8 years ago. My stepdaughter, Sarah, who I've adopted and consider my own daughter, is 17 years and 11 months old. Her 18th birthday is in a month. My wife has also adopted Claire, and we all consider each other as just one family. My wife asked me to give the heirloom to Sarah on her birthday to continue the tradition. I was hesitant because I always intended to give it to Claire, who's Kate's only daughter, as this is what she would have wanted and the continuation of our tradition. My wife counters that this belongs to our family now, and we should give it to our eldest daughter on her 18th birthday, and therefore this should be Sarah. I told her that while I consider Sarah to be my daughter, but she's not Kate's daughter, this belongs to Kate and should go to Kate's daughter. My wife said Claire is her daughter, not anyone else's, and my wife accused me of playing favorites and told me that if I truly consider Sarah to be my daughter, then I'll do the right thing for her, or that I haven't really accepted Sarah as a real daughter yet. I consulted my son from Kate, 25 years old, and he told me that if I do this, he's going to walk from the birthday party and that he bets he won't be the only one. He said that if I do this, I should be ready for severe consequences, and he left in a very frustrated way. His argument in the end was that this isn't yours to give away. It was Mom's and now belongs to Claire. My wife thinks my son is overreacting and that it's only due to his age and moving out. He's never bonded with Sarah like Claire and I have, so he doesn't consider Sarah to be his real sister. Otherwise, he'd be happy for her. My wife thinks Claire will be happy about this since she considers Sarah to be her big sister, and it'll bring the girls even closer because Sarah will happily share it with Claire and they'll both have it. So would I be the asshole if I did what my wife wants me to do and give the heirloom to Sarah? This is a really complicated one. I think it's weird that, your family is so, the son, he's, saying the family's gonna be angry over something. It was passed down from generation to generation, but it's like a material object. It's not really, you can't take it with you. Do you get what I mean? I don't know if you're the asshole, but see, if someone is an adopted child, they're going to want to feel like a real biological child. Do you understand what I mean? So I can see it from that side, why you want to give it to her. But I can kind of see why also they would want to give it to the person who is directly related to the mom who has the tradition. I really don't know. Because from what I gathered, this daughter wasn't adopted when the dad was with the original wife who passed away. So it's confusing. I don't really think I can say asshole or not the asshole. I'm curious what the audience says here. Number 2. Am I the asshole for not sharing some of my sunscreen with my boyfriend? My boyfriend, 24, and I, 22, went to the beach on 12/25, as it's common here. It happened to be a sunny day, so you could get a sunburn if you didn't take some self-care measures. Both my parents are dermatologists, so my siblings and I are very aware of the importance of protecting your skin from sunburn and having a proper skincare routine. My boyfriend, on the other hand, doesn't give a shit about his skin. No matter how much my parents have tried to convince him to wear sunscreen, he's never done it. When we got back to the beach, I started putting on my sunscreen, and he asked me to share some with him. But I refused to share it since it wouldn't make sense to take care of your skin just once, because he isn't doing it again. Plus, my sunscreen is the one I wear on a daily basis. It's meant to be personal. He got mad at me. I told him to wear a hoodie so he could minimize sunburns, but he refused. Long story short, he got sunburns. My boyfriend's skin was so red and felt hot to the touch, and it was painful for him. He called me an asshole for not sharing with him. He says he hasn't forgiven me yet because it hurts and the sunburn hasn't faded. My dad has seen him to get sunburn relief. My dad calls me the asshole because sharing some with him does cost nothing, but my mom says this is a lesson for my boyfriend since this is his own fault. My mom had gifted him a sunscreen, but he decided not to use it. Am I the asshole? I wouldn't say you're the asshole, but why would you not share your sunscreen with your boyfriend? And you mentioned that it's personal, but it's like, how personal can a sunscreen be, you know? It's like, it's not like you made it yourself, and it's like specially formulated for you, you know? I get that it's yours and that your boyfriend has one that apparently he decided not to use, but, I don't know, not an asshole, but I still think you could have shared, your sunscreen. It is just sunscreen after all. It's gonna get used up anyway, right? So, number 3. Am I the asshole for no longer helping my stepdaughter? So I, 38 female, have been with my husband John, 40 male, for over 6 years now, and we have 2 kids. He has a daughter, Kim, 15 female, that I've been helping him raise since she was 9, and our son Sam, who's 6 months old. Her mother isn't in her life anymore due to reasons unknown to us. The problem started after I asked Kate if she could help me with some chores around the house while I took care of Sam. We got into a fight over which one of us would do dishes when she yelled that I'm not her real mother and locked herself in her room. When John came home, I expected him to talk some reason into her, but after their talk, he ended up agreeing with her. They both sat me down and he told me that she was right to say that I'm not her mother because I'm not, and that I overstepped my boundaries by asking her to clean. According to John, her only focus should be on her homework and housework should be my job. I'll be honest in saying I was heartbroken at that moment. I've always thought of her as my daughter and have treated her as such. To find out she doesn't feel the same way and that my husband supports this decision made me lose a lot of love for both of them. I told them that I would respect their wishes, but I warned them that I would no longer go out of my way to help her. He can raise her, and I would spend my time raising Sam. He agreed. True to my word, I have not helped her with homework. She either has to get a ride from her dad in the morning or take the city bus. I no longer put money away for her college fund, and I've used that money to start Sam's. All I do is cook and do her laundry, and that's it. Both my husband and Kim haven't adjusted well to this new arrangement, and I can't help but feel like an asshole for keeping this up. I've confessed to my friend about this, and she says that I'm not, because this is exactly what they asked for, and if they wanted it to stop, they would simply apologize. So I need an unbiased opinion. Am I the asshole? So I grew up in a family with a stepmother, and basically if they want me to do the chores, I would do them. There was nothing weird about that. If you want things to run properly as a family, and like a blended family in a house, you have to do that. You become the mother of the house, if that makes sense. So it's stupid that the husband would agree with that. So no, you're not the asshole, and I think it's kind of messed up that, your husband would just kind of turn on you like that. Like all you did was ask her to do the dishes. I know she's 15, so that's probably why. Just like emotions or whatever, but it seems like an overreaction from her and your husband. Number 4. Am I the asshole for not having catering at my wedding? My, female 28, and my fiance, male 30, just got married 2 months ago, and we had our dream wedding. Everything was perfect, and I mean everything. My parents and his parents helped us pay for a great chunk of the wedding, so we would be debt-free, and we are eternally grateful for that. The issue arose about a month and a half ago when my aunt started posting on Facebook about how disappointed she was with the whole ordeal, and a few guests sided with her. So for some background, my fiance and I are huge Disney fans, and we travel to Disney World as much as we can throughout the year. Disney is such an important part to not only us, but to our marriage. The issue is with our decision to not offer catering services or bar services at our wedding due to routing the money towards having a wedding. Minnie and Mickey Mouse make appearances at our special day. The cost to have both Minnie and Mickey for about half an hour was almost exactly what our parents allotted for our catering budget. So we scheduled an appearance during our first dance and our wedding photos for going served food, though there were plenty of facilities at the venue where people could eat. My parents were still very supportive of us, but everyone else is being passive-aggressive about it on Facebook. Am I the asshole? I don't know if you're an asshole, but that's bizarre. And I mean, think about it. It's not your money. So why are you spending it on getting some cosplayers to come to your wedding and stand around there? And then, they just get paid the amount of money that would have been for catering. I assume that's a couple $1,000s, right? For catering. Depending on how big your wedding is. If you got 100 guests, that's a lot of food. More than probably $2,000. But you spent it on some random cosplayers. Or alternatively, instead of ordering some expensive appearance, you could have just bought some costumes. Put up a little bit of decorations beforehand, that kind of thing. I know about the whole Disney adults thing, but that is just strange. So I don't know if you're the asshole, but keep in mind, that money isn't yours, I don't know. Number 5. Am I the asshole for switching to regular milk to prove my lactose intolerant roommate keeps stealing from me? Me and 2 other guys share an apartment together, and we split all the bills. The only thing we don't split costs on is groceries. Everyone's in charge of buying their own food, and we don't touch whatever doesn't belong to us in the fridge. We put our names on everything, so no one gets mixed up. The issue's been going on almost a year, and I'm sick of it. One of my roommates, we'll call them R, keeps stealing my food. I get home from work and containers with my leftovers are sometimes missing, even though they have my name written on them, or my food finishes too quick. One example is my gallon of milk. I buy almond milk because I like the taste, but it seems to finish after a week, even though I've only had 1 or 2 drinks of it. I confronted R about this lots of times, and that's caused me a lot of arguments. He outright denies it and tells me I'm crazy, even though it's so obvious. So he just gaslights you. What the heck? My other roommate and I carpool together because we both work the same early morning shifts around the same area, so I know it's not him. It's always after we get back home and R's already left for work that I notice my food's gone. My roommates also had a similar problem, but not as often as I do. I'm guessing R doesn't like the food he buys. The funny thing is, R buys a lot for himself and is even more stingy about his food. He will literally point out what's his when he comes back from the grocery shopping and tells us not to touch it. Last week, my milk was nearly empty again and I got fed up. I went to the liquor store and bought regular dairy milk. I drank what was left of my almond milk and refilled the gallon with the one I bought. This was to catch and prove that R is the one stealing since he's lactose intolerant. The next day, Saturday, we get back from work and R is pissed. He yelled at me that he was stuck in the bathroom for 40 minutes with diarrhea because of my milk. He was using it to make a shake. I only responded with, "So then you're the one who's been stealing?" He freaking exploded. Yeah, he admitted he was sometimes drinking my milk and eating my food, but he was more mad that I switched milks than at the fact that he'd been caught. I told him I wouldn't have done that if he just stopped taking my stuff from the fridge, or at least told the truth instead of trying to make it seem like I was making it up. My roommate backed me up, and I thought it was kind of funny he got payback for stealing from us. It's a little tense right now. My roommate told me R is trying to convince him to agree to kick me out. But little does he know, we're both looking to move somewhere else together, because we're sick of his shit. I told my buddies what happened, and a few think I was the asshole for that. I feel like I'm not in the wrong here. He was taking my food and not even owning up to it, and I wanted to prove it. Does that make me the asshole? No. I would say R is the asshole. He gets to be stingy and not have people eat what he buys, yet he's allowed to take your stuff. That's stupid. I don't know why the guy thinks he can walk all over you by doing that, but no, you're not the asshole. That roommate is the asshole. And I think you should follow through with moving out with your other roommate, because that's stupid for him to just steal your stuff, deny it, and then when he has lactose intolerant diarrhea due to it, he gets mad at you. That's dumb. But first and foremost, I would like to thank the 2 channel members, David and Marvin. Thank you immensely. I appreciate the fact that you like these videos enough to not only subscribe in the first place and leave comments, but to join the membership. So what you guys are getting right now is whenever I upload a video, I have it set so that as soon as it goes up, you can see it first beforehand and comment and like. I'm also going to probably be starting up doing some members-only polls. That's where you can leave ideas for videos, stuff you want me to do, and I'll try my best to do it. Anytime you want to leave a comment for a request for a video, you absolutely can, and I'll try my best to get it done. But I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here and joining me to go through these stories. I hope you'll leave comments and analyze the stories yourself and see if you agree or disagree with me. And I'll see you